A very good morning to all of you, class 6. Welcome back to English class. Today we will do question answers and other exercises from the lesson Taro's Reward. We have been reading this story for the last 3 days. This is the third day. I've done the explanation and today we will complete the lesson. So before I complete the lesson, let us just do a little recap of what we have learned so far. The objective of this story is to instill good qualities like hard work, respect, obedience and love for parents and children, and encourage good moral just like Taro. A similar story in India we hear about Shravan Kumar, who was a very obedient and dutiful son and who took his aged parents on a pilgrimage he carried them in a basket like this. This is what the very famous story about Shravan Kumar. So little summary, or we can call it a recap of what the story is. Taro is a young woodcutter who lives with his old parents and he works very hard to provide to his parents. He wants to provide everything to his parents, but he does not earn much. He does not make much money by cutting woods and selling them. One cold day, his father shows desire to have a cup of sake. Sake, it's a Japanese drink, and sake was very expensive, which Taro could not afford. So he feels very sad that he could not fulfill his father's wish to have sake. So Taro decides to work even harder to fulfill his father's wish from the very next day. He wakes up even earlier than usual and he goes to the forest and starts chopping woods very, very fast. And while doing that, he gets very tired and his body is all warmed up and he's thirsty. Then he suddenly hears a sound of water flowing, and he thinks that I've never seen a fountain or a water source of water around here. But still he goes in search of the source of water, and he finds a fountain behind a rock. And when he tastes the water, because he was very thirsty, it turns out to be a very delicious sake. It was not a water, it was a delicious sake. And then what Taro does is he quickly fills up his pitcher which he was carrying and takes it to his father, takes it home. Then his father feels very happy, and after just having just a cup of just a sip of sake, he feels warm and delighted and start doing a little dance. And that evening a neighbor comes to visit them, and Taro's father offers sake to the guest. Now by the evening, the neighbor had spread the story of the magical fountain in the whole village. So Taro and his father, they were simple people, so they told the neighbor about the fountain, magical fountain, and the neighbor spread the news in the village. So next morning when Taro goes to the forest and he carries a bigger pitcher, he thinks hoping to bring some more sake for his father, he finds a whole village, many villagers have come to the fountain, and they are carrying all sizes of pitchers, small, bigs and buckets and anything in which they can carry sake. But then when they taste the water, it turns out to be a plain, simple, cold water. It did not taste like sake, and this makes the people very angry. Now Taro, when he witnessed this, when he saw this, he quickly hides behind a rock, and these people are very disappointed and they're angry and they are grumbling and they talk of drowning Taro in the fountain, and one by one they leave the place. Taro quietly comes out and he goes and he thinks that was it a dream? Was the sake, was the fountain really giving a plain water and I thought it was a sake? Was it a dream? And then he drinks the water once again, but then to him it was a delicious sake. So we see that the magical fountain gives delicious sake to a dutiful and obedient son who could not afford to buy sake for his father in spite of doing so much hard work. But to the greedy villagers, the fountain gives only plain water. Now, when the emperor gets to know about Taro, he rewards him with 20 gold pieces for being good and kind, and also names the most beautiful fountain after him. So this was the story of Taro we have learned. Now today we will do the question answers. All right. Now let us discuss the question answers. This is the page of your textbook. Working with the text, let us first discuss. I would encourage all of you to please frame your sentences, frame your answers. Okay. Why did Taro run in the direction of the stream? Why did he run in the direction of stream? Do you see this paragraph in a bracket? It means you will find your answer in paragraph 5. Let us go back to paragraph 5. What do we see here? Yes. Taro could not remember ever seeing or hearing a rushing stream in that part of the forest. He was thirsty. So the axe dropped out of his hand and he ran in the direction of the sound because he was thirsty. He had never seen a stream in that part of the forest, and he was very tired and thirsty after doing so much of chopping the woods. Chopping that he ran in the direction of the sound. Okay. Question 2. How did Taro's father show his happiness after drinking sake? Paragraph 7. Taro quickly filled the pitcher he had with him and hurried home. The old man was delighted with sake. How did he show it? After only one swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering. Stopped swearing. Swallow means, children, again, it's a gulp. When you taking a mouthful, okay, that is swallow. One swallow of the liquid, he stopped shivering. Shivering means he was trembling. He was feeling so cold. He was trembling in winter, in that cold. So he stopped shivering and he did a little dance in the middle of the floor. This is how he showed his happiness. Why did waterfall give Taro sake and others water? To the thoughtful son, the magic waterfall gave delicious sake. To everyone, it gave only cold water because Taro was a dutiful and he was a thoughtful son. That's why the magical fountain gave sake to Taro, but to rest of the people, it gave only cold water. Why did the villagers want to drown Taro? Because you come to paragraph here, it says paragraph 10 and 11. Paragraph 10 and 11, you will find your answer. You will here see. They were carrying pitchers, jars, buckets, anything they could find to hold their magic sake. Water. He drank again and again, then they shouted angrily, water, but nothing water. Others also tried, but there was no sake, only cold water. We have been tricked. That means we have been fooled, shouted the villagers. Where is Taro? Let us drown him in that waterfall. Children, do not write your answers exactly as it is given in the passage. Frame your answers. So what do we say is, why did the villagers want to drown Taro? The villagers went to the magical fountain to bring sake. However, the fountain was the waterfall gave plain water to the villagers. This made the villagers very angry. They said they have been tricked, they have been fooled by Taro. They were angry, disappointed, and that is why they said they want to drown Taro in the waterfall. Please frame your answers like that. All right. Why did the emperor reward Taro? Yes, paragraph 13. He sent for the young woodcutter and rewarded him with 20 pieces of gold for having been so good and kind. Right? Then that would be the end of question answers. Once again, students, I will request all of you to please read and don't copy exactly what is given in the text. Just make little changes. Alright, now mark the right one. You have to tick the correct option. Taro earned very little money because why? He didn't work hard? No. The villagers did not need wood? No. The price of wood was very low. So this is the third option would be correct. The price of wood was very low. Taro decided to earn extra money. For what? To buy his old father some sake. The neighbor left Taro's hut in a hurry because why? Was she delighted with the drink? She was astonished to hear Taro's story? No, she wanted to tell the whole village about the waterfall. So option 3 is the correct answer. Now, working with language section here, strike off the words in the box that are not suitable. Taro wanted to give his old parents everything they needed. This shows that he was, what was it? He was thoughtful. You have to, all that applies here. He was thoughtful, he was loving, he was kind, he was hardworking, he was honest. So you have to, all are correct options here. Not suitable. What is not suitable if you think? What is not suitable would be he was not, because this shows that he was trustworthy is, you will have to strike this off. The rest, and efficient. You have strike off the words, so you can have more than one word. So trustworthy, efficient will not be suitable, and considerate, trustworthy and efficient. You can strike off these 3 words. This will not be suitable. The remaining are all suitable. This made Taro sadder than ever. This refers to, what is this? What this refers to? Taro's inability to buy expensive sake for his father. This is the correct answer. Taro was sad because he was not able to buy expensive sake for his father. So this made him sad. So this is the correct option. This, said the emperor, was to encourage all children to honor and obey his parents. Now here, what does this refer here? What does it refer? Rewarding Taro with 20 with gold and giving the fountain his name, or the most beautiful fountain in his city. Sending Taro, what is the correct option? It will be, this refers to, what was it referred to? The most the emperor named the most beautiful fountain in the city. That is the correct option. This is the correct option. This one, option 1. Arrange the words below in pairs that rhyme. We have to arrange the rhyming words. Young, lung, money, sunny, sad, bad, chop, stop, last, fast, wax, axe. Right, so there's so many rhyming words. I'm sure all of you can do this. Then exercise 3, fill in the blanks with words from the box. This looks very simple. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 7 words are given in the box. We need to fill this up. Okay, this one, exercise D. A dash woodcutter lived in a young woodcutter lived on a dash hillside, on a lonely hillside. He was a thoughtful son who worked hard but earned little money. One day he saw a what is this? One day he saw a dash water fall behind a rock. He saw a beautiful waterfall behind a rock. He tasted the water and found it delicious. This is taken from the story. Okay. So a young woodcutter lived on a lonely hillside. A young woodcutter lived on a lonely hillside. He was a thoughtful son who worked hard, but he earned little money. One day he saw a beautiful waterfall hidden behind a rock. He tasted the water and found it delicious. This is exercise number 3. Number 2, find these sentences in the story and fill in the blanks. The paragraph is given here. Where will you find it? This made Taro dash than ever. This is given in paragraph 3. You want to go back to paragraph 3 and see? Okay, let's see. Paragraph 3. This made Taro sadder than ever. Right, so what will come here? This made Taro sadder than ever. Correct? Then he decided to work dash than before. Again, you will find this again in paragraph 3. He decided to work harder than before. Paragraph 3. He decided to work harder than before. See, this is the one. Okay, Taro was sadder than ever. Okay, then comes next morning. Taro jumped out of bed dash than usual. Paragraph 4. Earlier than usual. I'm sure it will be the word is earlier. He began to chop even dash. Paragraph 4. The next morning Taro decided to work even dash than the morning before. Okay, you will find this in paragraph number 10. So I hope children you have understood the lesson and you will be able to do the question answers and working with language exercise in this text, in this lesson. If you have any doubt, any confusion, you can text me or you can call me. Thank you.